Welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn how to create running totals without using date columns. Most tutorials focus on time-based running totals, but real business scenarios, we often need cumulative calculations based on categories, ranking, or numeric sequence. A running total is simply a cumulative sum that keeps adding values as we move through a sequence. Okay. For example, if sales are 100, 200, 300, the running total becomes 100, then 300 and 600. Normally, this is done using dates, but here we'll achieve it logic instead of time intelligence. Many data sets don't contain proper date fields. You might have product ranking, customer IDs, categories, or custom indexes. In such cases, traditional time intelligence functions won't work. So we need a different tax strategy based on filter context. The key idea behind running totals without dates is comparing the current row with previous rows. We create a filter that includes all rows less than or equal to the current value. Then we calculate the sum over that filtered set. This creates a cumulative effect. Here we use calculate to modify the filter context and filter to define which row should be included. Filter scans the table and selects the rows based on a condition, typically something like rank less than or equal to current rank. This logic condition replaces the role of a date timeline. To make running totals work correctly, we often remove existing filters using all. All clears the current row context so we can compare the current value with the entire data set. Without all, the cumulative logic may not calculate correctly. First, calculate changes the evaluation context. Second, filter defines the cumulative condition. Third, the aggregation functions like sum calculates the running total. Understanding this structure is essential for mastering the advanced text. When we place this measure into a table or a chart, we can see values increasing cumulatively. Unlike simple totals, running totals show progression, helping analysts understand growth patterns and perform the trends. Uh, to like some of the practices, like we should avoid using overly complex filter conditions on very large tables. Ensure your sorting column is consistent, and whenever possible, create an index column to control the order of accumulation. To summarize, running total don't always require dates. Using calculate, filter, and all, we can build cumulative calculations based on any logical sequence. This technique is extremely powerful for advanced Power BI modeling and real world analysis. So now let's see how that will work. Okay, so I have this table for category, customer name, order ID, product, region, and sales. Okay. Uh, okay. So now here, I'm like to understand this first. Okay. Uh, like we have seen this into a theoretical part, but just to understand it better way, Power BI knows time order automatically, but with non-date columns, Power BI does not know the order. Okay, so you must tell the Power BI add values where column is less than the current row value. Okay, so in this scenario, we have this customer names and everything. Okay, so first we'll just create a new measure here for total sales. I'll just comment. Then we'll create a new measure for running total customers. Running. Okay. Just do this. It's equal to, I'll say calculate. Calculate what? I want total sales, comma, then we'll filter. Okay, filter what? All all selected. Okay, all selected sales data, customer name, comma, sales data, sales data, customer name. Okay, and here comes the race which is less than equal to max of sales data, customer name. Okay, and then we'll close this bracket, we'll close this bracket as well, and one. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, so we'll just add a, I'll just create a table here. Okay, so we just first understand what each part means. Like all selected customer name, it removes the current row filter but keeps the slicer filters. Then max customer name, okay, it gets current rows customer, and the comparison operator adds all previous customers plus the current one, that creates the cumulative total. So here in the table we'll just add the customer name, okay, then the total sales, and then the running total. Okay, okay, and to see. Okay, so we just sort this. Okay, and we'll just make the values a little bigger to understand. Okay, so you can just see now, we can see that our total is increasing. It's adding this two, and then final total will be same. Okay, but it's just adding up these values and giving. So you can just understand from here till we reach here. Okay, you can see that both these totals are same, right? So basically this is how it works out. Okay, so okay, we'll just, so basically this is how the running total works out. Okay, so hope you guys have understood this video. Thanks for watching.